Our New York Post Jets beat writer, Brian Costello, has a trending article up on the Post website about a list of possible candidates to replace Joe Douglas as Jets GM. Well, Brian's on now, and before we even talk about the list, GMs, we're just going to go through what's been going on throughout this season. Brian, I just asked you off camera, you've been covering this team for a long time. I mean, it's the storylines the gift that just continues to give when it comes to the media. Have you ever seen the franchise in this much turmoil before covering the team?
Not in season, Brandon. You know, obviously there's been years where they go through this after the season's over, they fire the GM and the coach and they're resetting. But this has been different in terms of happening in season and also the expectations that this team had coming into the year. We're never quite as high. So this has been probably the most disappointing season the Jets have ever had while I've been around, and maybe ever. And so that's kind of led to a little more of a chaotic feel.
All right, Joe Douglas was fired the other day. How is this Jets GM job even looked at around the league? Do people want this job?
Yeah, people want the job, Brandon. There's 32 of them, right? So make no mistake about it. It pays very, very well. It's money that can change your life and your family's life. So people want the job. The question is, do people with options want the job? And, you know, if you're going after a candidate who is highly sought after or has a really good assistant GM job right now with the team, would they come here? And will it take adding extra years and extra money to get them? I think so. I don't think this is going to be a job that people that have a lot of options want. But there are definitely people that want this job. I mean, even yesterday for me, I had, some agents reach out to me with their clients are interested, and some executives that were interested and wanted to ask me questions about it. So there's interest out there. Like I said, there's only 32 of them. So they're tough jobs to get and sought after. So they'll have plenty of good candidates.
The agents that reached out to you, were they worried about the relationship between the GM and owner and how that went?
Yeah, I don't know about the relationship more. They had some questions about ownership and just some of the stuff that's been out there and some of the things they've heard about ownership, and we're wondering some of that stuff. So, yeah, I do think there are going to be questions about ownership after this, and obviously there's been a lot of stories recently about ownership and their involvement, and there's questions. I think the biggest question for people is, will Woody Johnson be here? Or is he going to be an ambassador to the United Kingdom again or somewhere else? Is he going to be gone come next summer, or will he be there during their time as GM?
What about Aaron Rodgers? Is he going to be on this team in 2025?
I can't see it, Brandon. I don't see. I mean, I would never rule anything out. So I think you always give something. There's a 1% chance he'll be back. Like maybe something crazy happens and they want to bring him back. But it's hard to imagine a new regime coming in here and wanting to start over with a 41-year-old quarterback who's only going to be there for a year. Is Aaron going to want to learn a new offense? I doubt it. So it's hard to envision him being here.
In terms of possible GM, who are some names that we should look out for, do you think that we're going to be hearing over the next couple of months?
Yeah, I think you look at teams that are having success now and look at who their assistant GMs are, and that's an obvious place to start. Ray Agnew with the Lions is a name you're going to hear. Mike Borgonzi from the Chiefs, Ian Cunningham from the Bears, who he's been sought after for the last few years. But these are guys, again, Brandon, who might not want to leave those situations. They might be waiting for the perfect job to open up, and will they want the Jets? I'm not sure. And that's going to be the question, really, is I think people will interview, but do they really want the job?
All right. Make sure you guys go check out Brian's article on NewYorkPost.com/sports. Brian, thanks for jumping on with us in such short notice.
No problem, Brandon. Thanks for having me.